Hey Cloud Gamers, Doom is now available on Xbox Game Pass Cloud, or Xbox Cloud, or xCloud as I'll still probably call it. So we thought we'd have a look at the Android gameplay here of Doom Eternal on Google Stadia and Xbox Cloud. Looking at both the apps natively on Android then, we've got Google Stadia on the left and Xbox Cloud on the right. Both started at the same time, but Google Stadia showing its speed as always and being the first to the load screens here in less than 30 seconds. Xbox Cloud hiding some of that load screen behind that beta tag there, but Google Stadia is first to the title screen then at 47 seconds. But to be fair, Xbox Cloud isn't too far behind here, hitting the title screen at 58 seconds, but Google Stadia is already through to the character select screen there 4 seconds earlier and starting to load the game. With xCloud finally to the character screen there at 1:14, so around 20 seconds behind here, which is not the end of the world, but Stadia definitely showing its power of speed. Especially as Google Stadia is then to the play screen, or the press A to play screen at 1:16, and xCloud keeping that 20-second lag then at 1:36, so just over a minute and a half on xCloud to play Doom Eternal on your phone, and just over a minute really for Google Stadia. Absolutely phenomenal for being able to play a AAA title on your phone. As we moved over to the graphics comparison here then, keeping Google Stadia on the left with xCloud on the right, I think we can visibly see some differences already. To me, Google Stadia just felt a lot smoother and snappier with the input controls as well. xCloud did feel like there was a little bit of latency there. And you can see here that 720p quality on the xCloud definitely does stand out compared to the 1080 on Stadia. Also on Stadia it does appear to have a lot better contrast, and that will probably be to do with the resolution here. I was hoping that Xbox would show off some of the Orion technology here and boost the graphics quality a little bit, but it doesn't appear to be in use at this time. As we move over to a bit of xCloud on its own then, to see that quality full screen, we can see that as we're moving around we do seem to get a little bit of graphics blur. And now with full screen we can see a little bit of that blurriness of the 720p stream. But it's still more than playable. And on the smaller screen it is not as obvious as on the big screen here, but definitely not as high a quality as on Stadia. As I said, it did feel like there was a slight amount of input lag as well, and I'm using a Bluetooth PlayStation 4 controller here paired with Android, and I am running the connection to xCloud here on wireless as well. But it is the wireless 5 GHz. So it should have more than enough bandwidth to support that 720p stream. Up close, those fatalities still look absolutely phenomenal, but I do feel like it is not showing off the power of xCloud to its full ability. Again, as we're moving around quite quickly, we do see that kind of blurriness of the stream, and hopefully this will improve over time. As we move over to the Google Stadia version then, still on that Android Galaxy S9, but we can see a marked improvement on the quality, even with me falling off the edge all the time. Even just the scenery looks so much better detailed, and the fluidity in the movements definitely feel much better on Stadia. Definitely getting that 60 frames per second here. Maybe even the Xbox version is capped at 30. Now there are some different abilities in play here on Google Stadia, as I have actually completed Doom Eternal on the Chromecast Ultra, so I do have some of the weapons etc. unlocked here. But you can see the quality, especially up close, and with that rapid movement it is a lot smoother on Stadia. And just overall looks far better. Either way, Doom Eternal is an absolutely fantastic game and is highly recommended. This is one of the only titles that I've actually completed on Google Stadia. Most of my games are left uncompleted, but Doom Eternal was such good fun and such great quality, I had to go and complete it. Going to finish off with some side by side in the same area here as we come through the doors, and again we can visibly see those differences quite drastically, and even more so in that fast movement where Google Stadia is showing that it's very smooth on that transition. xCloud definitely looks a lot worse, and the draw distance here as we look out over the buildings looks much worse on xCloud. So if you are going to try it out, Doom Eternal, Stadia is definitely the best way to play right now. But if you already have that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, then it is still worth jumping in on xCloud just to give it a go. But most likely downloading and installing it is going to give you a much better experience, providing you have a PC capable of doing so. If mobile is the only way to play, then at least xCloud will give you that ability. But if you want to jump on Stadia, you can grab your 3 months of Pro for the 4K, or you can just buy Doom Eternal and play on the free tier at 1080p, which is more than enough for mobile gaming. I'll leave you with a bit more side by side here to finish off, but thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest across all cloud gaming platforms, and I will see you next time.